dusty out there.
If you're in the Mid-Atlantic and looking for your next toy, I really hope you check out Blue Ridge Power Sports located in Harrisonburg, Virginia. All their information is listed in the description below. If you're after a Honda, KTM, or Can-Am, they've got you covered. They have competition motocross, enduro, and cross-country bikes. They also carry sport quads and utility 4x4s from Honda and Can-Am. Every customer is treated as if they want your business and for you to return in the future for your next machine. I really hope you consider Blue Ridge Power Sports for your next purchase. Trust me, you'll have a great experience. Pipsico 2024 VCHSS C-Class, baby, keeping it real. Little dusty, whoo, little silty, let me tell you. 30 plus, J-line. Off to a good start here. There was a lot of opportunities to kind of fall into order here. Zach Swanson gets a nice little pass on my left-hand side right here. Just straight ripping. Great course, great track. I personally loved this one. Yeah, quite a bit dustier than normal. Definitely the dustiest Pipsico I've ever been on. And that made it to where the silt buildup was so intense, especially on like the third lap. Some of these intense hill climbs that are kind of just like pure silt really got tougher and tougher as the laps went on. We did 3 laps here in the morning. I think I got 7th in my class, which is actually a pretty darn good finish for me, considering how many fast dudes are in the J-line. And this is the first race ever that I actually beat my brother straight up. So that was cool. Finally got one on him. You can see the dust though. That was definitely an issue. Everybody came out of this one pretty dirty. So that being an issue, meaning like you just couldn't follow too close in certain spots because you couldn't really see the trail. You couldn't really see the ruts or like the piles of silt, any stumps or roots or anything. So you just had to be a little bit careful where you followed pretty close. Surprisingly, like you see how wide open this is, but surprisingly not a whole lot of room for passing. You kind of had to, sometimes you just had to wait and be selective in spots. Overall though, fantastic course. Pipsico is one of my favorite tracks, even though I usually always get arm pumped. Not today though. I'm on a 2024 KTM 300 XCW, pretty much a stock bike, just protection parts put on it. If you're looking for the new 2025s, Blue Ridge Power Sports has probably got theirs in by now. I'm sure they got many more coming in over the next several months too. Get you a nice freshie for the 2025 season. Ooh, sneak it, a quick little pass right there. I finally ran my tire pressure at the right PSI too. I think I had like 11 in the front and about 8 in the rear. That's kind of the sweet spot for me. Still running my pretty worn down AT81. I'm gonna run it the rest of the season and then get a hybrid gummy. Try one of those for next year. Had a few of these cool little kind of like chicane type spots, bobbing and weaving. So I knew I got off the line ahead of my brother too, so whoa, little wipeout. I definitely washed my front end out, I think 3 or 4 times on this track. Especially the third lap, you're getting a little bit fatigued, so you kind of lose your focus a little bit. Not really getting my braking done before those little corners. They added a couple new sections too, I believe, at least new to me. I don't remember them.
I got you.
Getting the revs. Just waiting for a good spot to quickly give them some space. So I want to keep that flow going. I'm normally pretty good about letting people by. If I hear the woo-woos or the revs or anything, or if I hear someone come up on me like real quick, like, okay, I'll let you by. Oh yeah. this on the spot. Go, baby, go, 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 go. This could get a couple of people. So the course was tight in areas and then just fast, wide open, flowy in other spots too. Great mix, Pipsico is. Lots of like small elevation changes. Lots of like short little up downs, tiny little ravines and things, but no like major, huge mountainous hill climbs. But we are on the east coast of Virginia here. So we got all that sand. Oh, that right-hand turn. I hate that turn. I don't know why. It's not the turn's fault. It's just, you know, the turn's just sitting here, just chilling, doing its best turn life, you know, just having its little day in space and time, you know. It's not the turn's fault. But that little right-hander slowed me down every single time, and it was just one of those spots where I kind of never saw it coming. It's just funny how that happens with certain turns. This is where it really tightened up. So if you're really good through these sections, you could make up a little bit of time, but if you got caught behind someone who's a hair slower than you, well, then, you know, people are catching up behind you. You can hear people getting a little agitated back there. I'm trying to work in a pass. Didn't work. Sometimes you just gotta try those little lines. So I believe that this is kind of the new section, right on the edge of that tall forest and one that was timbered a while back, probably. Seems like fresh trail. You could carry some speed through here. Yeah, you had some little spots where you kind of had to bob and weave and chicane, which slowed you down a little bit, but you could carry some speed. Got the look back. Oh, got the look back. I think I make a pass up here on the right. He kind of lets me by too, or maybe not. Up and over that hump. And I know my brother's still behind me too, so I'm trying to put space between us here. Not only him, but all the, you know, the people hooting and hollering back there. If I can actually get away without having to pull over and let people by, I'll try to do that. First lap too, doing a lot of sections in third gear, where on the second and third lap I could do them in fourth gear, just because you don't really, you know, you gotta take a lap to kind of learn the course a little bit. You can't really go too fast in some spots, especially when you're not following someone. Yeah. People were good about letting folks by. And again, I did the same for a lot of people, faster than me. Quite a bit of traffic though on this first lap. That's why this first lap is taking so much time in this video. You'd get past one group of riders just to find another. Like this, there's so many of them little, I guess, saplings. They're big enough to kind of wreck your day if you hit one hard enough, but small enough to where they're hard to pick up on camera. It looks like there's a lot more space to pass than there really is. And with these silty corners too, like a lot of people are washing out the front tire, myself included. You get 1, 2, 3 inches out of that main line on some of them powdery corners, and whoop, there she goes. You fall out of the main line rut, like right there, you know, probably got his front tire into the silt a little bit. Especially as you fatigue. Really got to focus. But still pretty fast and flowy through here. Again, C-class, you know, grain of salt. Yeah, this was definitely one of my better races. Either my best or my second best race ever. Oh yeah, so this is why we're all single file. I wave people on. There goes my brother log hopping over the left. Nice log hop at him. That was pretty sick. I thought he was going to come past me on my right, but there he goes flying around my left. And here I'm just like, man, yeah, I'm riding behind people, and I don't want to stop to let people by, even though they're revving and they're super angry and stuff. Because what are they going to do? They're just going to be right in front of me, and then I'll be on their butt again. So anyway, it's just one of those things. You want to let people by who are much faster than you, but at the same time, if it's all single file and you're caught up with no areas to pass, it's just one of those things. I chose to let people by, and then I let my brother pass me, who I'm desperately trying to beat. Finally got him this race, not by much though, maybe like 45 seconds overall. Barely got him. And I rode behind him here for quite a bit. So you see, I just made it up that spot, no problem. But I definitely show a little bit later on here why I'm a C-class hero still. Nice little like ravine climb. Ooh, yeah. Some kind of whoops in there too. Such a good track. And for being so far east in Virginia towards the coast, surprisingly a good amount of terrain and elevation change. Again, this isn't Coyote Run. Ooh, nice little sneaky pass there. I think our knobbies touched there for a second. That was a tight one, but that was a good pass. So now, there's that rider between my brother and I. I'm just trying to hang with him. Give myself a chance to pass him. Oh yeah, okay, so this spot. I did not know it at the time, but I just kind of follow my brother right here. I didn't know that we were taking the alternate route. I see all these riders plugged up on this hill, bottlenecked, and I see my brother go left. So I just go left. I missed the sign that said alternate line, which typically means there's going to be a time penalty. Sure enough, it was by quite a bit. So that if I had gone straight up that hill, I would have just ended right at the top of the hill right there. But we took this alternate line, which, you know, who knows? Maybe that was the best call because there were a lot of riders who were kind of hung up on that hill. And that's where you kind of enter, or where you would have, that's where you rejoin the main line. So that's the alternate route for anybody who was wondering. Definitely way slower, but a lot easier. I nailed that hill climb on the second lap, and then I kind of goofed it up on the third lap, and I set the bike down at the top of the hill, but I still made the climb. Huge time saver if you could just make that main route. So I think my brother washes out up here. He grabs a little too much front brake on a turn, or maybe it's in a little bit. I was behind him for quite a while. I'm trying to work in a pass too. I feel like I'm a little bit faster than him, which is kind of rare. Normally I can just, it's everything I can do to just kind of hang with him on a 10-minute stretch. And here I'm actually feeling faster. Not by much, you know. But just enough. It also helps when you're following. If the roles were reversed here, I'm sure he'd feel the same. Tricky little spot, rider down, but standing up, looking okay. Skirt. Right around the outside. Still right behind him. Keeping it close. Nice and fast up here. Yeah, there he goes. Probably too much front brake and that silty stuff. So here's my chance. I knew it took him maybe 5 to 10 seconds to get moving again, so that's my opportunity to gap him a little bit here. So I'm trying. Yeah, this is kind of new. Normally you just hit that big ravine and you keep going straight. We've done it from either direction in previous races, but this year they had us do a little sharp left up there. Just adding some new trail, new sections, mixing it up. That's always fun. So end of the first lap, I'm ahead of my brother. I'm feeling pretty good. The course is, ooh, lovely. So feeling good after lap 1 there. And I could not remember if they were going to have us do 3 or 4 laps, but we ended up doing 3, which made sense. Some of the faster riders were probably hoping for 4, but I ended up being out there for about an hour and 35 minutes, hour and 40. So I hung with this rider for quite a bit here on the 2nd lap, and I think on the 3rd lap as well. So we didn't, he was going fast enough to where I couldn't really catch him and put a lot of pressure on, letting some people by too. So we didn't have any like intense battles, but we were definitely riding together for several minutes. A little sharp left after this bridge. I definitely went for my my water tube a couple times and almost hit a couple trees. It's kind of tough to show that on camera because you can't really see what I'm doing with my hand, but jeez, I just got to get what my buddy Nate has and do the whole the water tube where you route it up and through your helmet. That way you don't got to take your hands off the bars at all. Yeah, silly washout here. So lap 2, I just came in there a little too hot. Washed out my front tire. Takes me several seconds here. So every second that's ticking by, I'm just thinking, here comes my brother. He's gonna pass me. Yep, regroup. Here we go. Back on the saddle. Still ahead of him. Waving people by. There goes John. Trying to do that while slowing down as little as possible. Catch up to this rider. They passed me when I was tipped over there. See if I can't work in a little pass. Oh. Good little battle here. I think she just let me by though. Nice and flowy through here. I can't tell in the video, that might be Blake 5J also in my class, but maybe not. I think he finished one position ahead of me in our class, but I think he was several minutes ahead of me. I could be wrong. It's hard when you're out there on the trail. There's so many riders. There's only so many gear sets out there. So some people look a little different here and there. Letting riders by still. Giving this twig a free ride. So coming up here on one of these easy little short hill climbs, I show why I am still a C-Class hero. Yeah, right here. I stalled the bike twice. I'm holding everybody up. Because the rider ahead of me kind of didn't hesitate, but just kind of slowed down for a second, and normally I would have made this. That's my brother's tire on the right-hand side we just saw. I think he ended up tipping over, and then I pinched this rider off too, and I'm just like, I feel guilty for slowing up everybody up. Like, you never want to be that person, but it happens, whatever. And then I kind of pinched that guy off on the right-hand side and mess up his hill climb. So I just tapped my helmet like, hey, my bad. Let him by. I don't know why I feel guilty about that stuff. It's just racing, but I do sometimes. So here's that big hill climb where you can take the alternate route or just go straight up. Here, finally, hit it in second gear proper, and it's not so bad. You definitely need a head of steam though going up that thing. If for whatever reason you like hit neutral or you missed a shift or you were in the wrong gear, didn't have enough head of steam, that was a gnarly climb. You had to just descend and go try it again. So I'm still ahead of my brother. And I don't think I see him again for the rest of the race, but little do I know, he's like right on my tail. So you got riders hung up in the main line here, just fight for traction. I get off balance right here after I stall it. This was a close one. Oh, heading downhill, not good, but there's more grip over here. Second gear, clutch it, whoop, up and out. Not too bad, not too bad. That could have been a lot worse. More riders down right here. Left, right, everywhere. What's going on? Those hill climbs kept getting tougher and tougher. Siltier, too. I can only imagine if it started raining halfway through this race. Oh, that would have been crazy. Yeah, I don't know what happened right there. Oh, I know what happened right there. Come on, dude. Yeah, a couple of silly little spots, but I really tried to like maintain focus on my braking because I knew that was going to get me in trouble pretty easily. Almost fell out of that main line rut. That's why I was going painfully slow right there. I was just trying to correct it. Stay on the main rut. Alright, finishing up lap 2. Hey, not too bad. Not too bad. I bottlenecked people. But other than that, feeling good. Lap 3, here we go. I'm not gonna lie, I was so happy to see that white flag too. Like, I was starting to get pretty fatigued. This course it's kind of rough. I mean, it was super smooth and fast and flowy in spots, but then you had a couple of spots where it was pretty chewed up. Yeah, that rider was riding pretty good. I don't know if I had enough to pass him on my own, but you know, who knows, maybe a little bit of arm pump or something. Waving more people by. I'm not trying to hold you up. Definitely needed a fresh new air filter after this one. Everybody was caked in mud. Not mud, dirt. Because it just sticks to all your sweat. You're almost more dirty after a race like this. Yeah, not today. This is where I set the bike down last lap. Yeah, you're almost more dirty after a race like this where it's hot, sweaty, and dusty rather than like a mud race. But the bike's nice and clean. It took me 30 seconds to rinse this thing off.
Thank you.
Just trying to put down a good lap here. Oh yeah. A little sketchy. So I think up on the right hand side here is Zach. Could be wrong.
Oh, crap.
Oh, yeah. Picked the wrong line right there. Had to bob and weave through there. There he is.
Zach, what are you doing?
So he's pushing his bike there. I saw that he never finished the third lap, so he must have had a mechanical failure or something, issue with the bike, who knows. But he was upright, so I assume he wasn't, like, injured. But his lap times for the first and second lap were really good. He was gelling with that track. Oh yeah, yellow jersey. So I tuck in behind yellow jersey here, and we're both moving pretty good. He is moving fast enough to where I'm not right on his butt here, but there are times where I do catch up and I'm kind of like pushing the issue. So we definitely ride together here for, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe? Maybe like 7 or 8, whatever it was. It was a good chunk of this third lap. And I got to point myself out here, like I got to call myself out. I make too sketchy of a pass, I think. Coming up here, I'll make sure to point it out, but I'm riding behind him. This is where I'm kind of like, okay, I'm probably a little bit faster than you. I'm going to try and work in a pass. So now I'm just keeping an eye out for sections where I can do it. You know, I'm cutting some of this out too. So still just trailing behind. No one's behind me pressuring too much, so I'm still just focused on looking for a spot. But I knew it was going to maybe be a little sketchy just because they're moving at a pretty good clip. So it's up here on this new trail section where I come in on the left, and I kind of force them a little bit too tightly towards a tree. So I think like after this right-hander, yeah, I feel bad about it. Like I didn't hear them hit the tree or anything, so I got to look back right there. That was a little closer than it looked on camera. So I think if anything, maybe it just like clipped a bar on that tree on the right-hand side of them. But next time, I'm gonna try and look for a safer spot to pass. Like that was, in my opinion, that was a little bit too risky for, you know, nonsense C-class. I'm sure that person nor I are going for any championship points here. We're just out there trying to have a good time. So, but for all I know, they could be watching this video and being like, what are you talking about? That pass was perfectly fine. Either way, try to pass safely. I'll be better next time. Oh yeah, washed it out. Bike landed on my left leg there. These boots, I'm telling you.
What happened there?
Wear quality boots. Just washed out the front tire. Oh, again. Won't be the last time either. So this is maybe like 5 minutes or so after I passed yellow jersey.
No idea.
Oh yeah, this is funny. So I just got behind this person,
Thank you.
and I did this.
Ha!
He's just sitting there looking at me like, what the heck, man? My bad, dude, my bad.
Jeez. Come on, Cody.
Just a little bit too much front brake. Didn't get the braking done before that thick, silty corner. It's gonna happen. Tricep burner. Ooh, that'll just be our little secret. Don't tell anybody. Keep in mind, I'm still thinking like my brothers could be right on my tail every single four-stroke that came up behind me, and there may have only been a handful of them. I thought it was my brother. So here's that big hill climb again. And I think I accidentally was in first gear. So I missed, just didn't have enough momentum. But we got to the top, picked it up. Even though I crashed, I still saved time.
Yeah, first gear.
Yeah, I thought I was in first gear. Oh well. I did the whole like I kind of had to half launch the bike, just kind of let it go out from underneath me. This climb, that was just pure silt at the beginning of that thing, which slowed everybody down. I was able to find some traction off of the right-hand side there. Got up through there okay, but if you get stuck in that silt, it's like getting stuck in the mud. Then you're just burning energy, your heart rate skyrockets. That can really mess you up a little bit, slow you down, get you out of a flow state. I got lucky, I didn't get too hung up on any of those hills. Oh yeah, that was a sick pass. So that person passes me, they were behind me for a second, and I thought it was my brother. So I'm like, I wasn't not letting them pass, I'm just like not pulling over for them. But they executed a sick pass on the left-hand side anyways. Finishing up lap 3 here. I got caught up behind this rider right before the finish, and I'm trying like heck to make a pass. There's just not really any good spots right here, or at least I couldn't really set up a good spot. I had one good attempt right up here. I just missed it. If that one big tree wasn't there, I could have pulled out in front of him. Oh well, that's racing. Checkered flag! Gotta clip one more tree. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody.